Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you. 8 times, the result of Osinbajo was tested by the presidency. President Muhammadu Buhari and his vice president, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, were never friends. They barely knew each other prior to their political marriage in 2014. Even Buhari did not know how to pronounce his name properly. Politics and the request to win political power brought them together. Yes, they seem to have developed chemistry from the pictures we have seen and interviews we have listened to, but things are never what they seem to be at the surface level. There is always more to the story. It's only the person who wears the shoes that knows exactly where it pinches him. Onlookers can only see how and what they want to see. The senior pastor of the Redeemed Christian Church of God has proven not only to be a cat with 9 lives, but a very durable figure who never cracks or cries in the face of distress. Osinbajo has never publicly admitted he is facing a storm in the presidency, despite the media speculations about the cracks that are well seen and pronounced on the wall. Let's reflect on several times the mental strength, patience of Yemi Osinbajo was tested at the corridors of power. In the year 2015, news emerged that Buhari held security meeting with the service chiefs and Osinbajo attendance was blocked 2 times in a row. As usual, his media aide played down the reports and alleged fear that he wasn't trusted enough by the president. In 2016, another report emerged from a less popular media platform alleging that there was a plan by Buhari to drop Osinbajo as vice president ahead of the 2019 presidential election. I guess you guys can remember that. It was a wide speculation then. Presidential election. Former governor of Abia State, Orji Ozokalo, name was repeatedly penciled down to replace him so as to pacify the southeast part of the Nigerian. Osinbajo didn't even blink when the rumor circulated. In 2018, Osinbajo sacked the then Director General of the Department of State Security, Lawal Diro, over the alleged invasion of the National Assembly by the federal agents. It was later revealed that a cabal in the presidency was unhappy with Osinbajo and they wanted Lawal reinstated. Shortly after Osinbajo was accused of corruption by the House of Representatives, specifically Adol Committee on Emergency and Disaster Preparedness, accused the National Emergency Management Agency NEMA board, chairman by Osinbajo, of illegal approval of 5.8 billion Northeast intervention fraud. Osinbajo had been able to weather the storm, but the debris of the weather still lingers on. Rumors emerged again in 2019 that Osinbajo was going to be eased out of office, and a pastor from the southwest part of Nigeria, speculated to be Pastor Tunde Bakare, was warming up as his successor. The National Economic Council, which Osinbajo presided over, was dissolved. President Muhammadu Buhari constituted an Economic Advisory Council in direct replacement. Some other federal government agencies were removed from his judiciary, making the professor feel like a leader with very limited responsibility. The National Emergency Management Agency, NAS, and the National Social Investment Program were moved from his office to the newly created Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development. You know now the woman that is alleged that is, the person of Sadia, she's the one that replaced and is the one giving out the relief package that has been alleged information that she should produce the names because there is allegations that the money were being diverted, the funds were being diverted. That used to be the job of the vice president before that department was created. Let's continue. Just when we thought, just when we thought the back of Osinbajo was already to the ground with presidential whip and the body wounds could kill him, a newly military whip made from the skin of an old male horse was procured to torture him literally. About 35 aides of Osinbajo were sacked. His spokesman, Laolu Akin, Laolu Akinde, who is also a pastor, issued a disclaimer to the effect. The aides also told the media they still had their jobs while a national newspaper when broadcast their names and positions in an embarrassment move. One of the media aides of Buhari, named Garuba Shehu, issued a counter statement confirming the mass sack of Osinbajo's aides. Buhari later traveled to London on a private trip and refused to obey the constitutional demand of handing over power to his deputy, chief of the chief of staff Abba Karim, rumored to be the then president of Nigeria, even flew to the United Kingdom with taxpayers' money to present a bill to Buhari to appear to that has a signature. They even posted this caused an outrage, and the question on the lips of Nigerian was, what happened to Osinbajo? I guess he had plans in his own two hands and couldn't use them to write. Even the international newspaper Boomerang wrote an article about the worsening fate titled Buhari Leaves Deputy Looking Weak, aimed Nigerian success talk. This another attempt of publicity by the Yoruba social group Aferi failed woefully to ameliorate the conditions of Osinbajo. A fresh report has it that the leadership of the Economic Committee of West African States, ECOWAS, has to draft another attempt to close associates of Buhari undermined the office of Osinbajo. His trip to represent the president in these affairs, Niger was cancelled at the last minute with a replacement of Minister of Foreign Affairs. Osinbajo benefactor Bola Tinubu is rumored to have turned his back on him after he emerged that he had a presidential ambition just like his godfather Tinubu. Despite all these moves against Osinbajo leaked to stroke of the cane, he still claims well to his office as he wears a big smile in public, even when it seems he might be weeping inside. Osinbajo is a real man. He seems like the president's weeping boy who never cracks or cries. Well, Nigerians, we've heard it all. Osinbajo is seriously being undermined by this presidency, and his every attempt for him to work has been grossly blocked by the president. You can see that numerous number of times. One of the most recent one is the late Abakari, who went to represent Osinbajo. Apparently, took what should have been his portion. Who went to represent Osinbajo in the Germany and Egypt trip. That is supposed to be the work of the vice president. Buhari also traveled abroad and did not even hand over office. He's so scared that Osinbajo will do much better. Remember when he traveled the other time, and Osinbajo, in fact, for the first time in Nigerian history, for the first time in a very long time, the Nigerian Naira appreciated, and the North frowned at it and said, this guy knows what he's doing. And they don't want that at all. So they are looking for every way, means, or kind to make sure that they, put this man's back to the ground and make sure that he doesn't emerge as the people's choice, in every way form to discredit him. Nigerians, the year waiting they happen, say President Muhammadu Buhari, they do everything to frustrate Vice President Yemi Osinbajo. But what is your take on this matter? Do you think the vice president is being seen, heard, or is he doing his work definitely as he should? I will leave this for you to answer for yourself. But don't forget to thumbs up for us, like and share. Subscribe if you have not, so you can belong to this family and we can keep you up to date with all that is going on in Nigeria and around the world. You have a voice, please use it. Don't allow anyone to intimidate you or make you feel that you don't have a voice. That's a lie. Nigeria belongs to every one of us, even if they don't want to admit it. It belongs to every one of us, and very soon, not a distance time, things will change. Change is the only constant factor in life. That's why we want you to hear your voice. Thanks for listening. God bless you. Have a good day.